Hello and welcome back to Horoscope TV. We are so incredibly glad you are tuning in with us today.
It is great to be back.
The energy is high, the stars are moving so fast, and honestly, looking at the charts, I feel like we all need to buckle up. We have a very specific, very exciting forecast to unpack.
You are absolutely right. The energy is distinct. It's palpable. We are looking exclusively at the week ahead for our Sagittarius listeners.
That's right.
To be precise, we are analyzing the week of February 16th all the way through February 22nd, 2026.
And looking at the data, this doesn't look like just another standard week of the year. You know, sometimes we look at the charts and it's just sort of, keep doing what you're doing. But this...
Oh, not this week.
This feels big. It feels loud. It feels, I don't know, transformative. I was looking over the planetary movements, and frankly, it looks like a roller coaster, but maybe the fun kind.
It is absolutely the fun kind, but, you have to keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. This isn't a sleepy week. We have major planetary movements occurring. I mean, we have a solar eclipse, which is always a headline event.
Always.
It's like the bold text on the cosmic calendar. And on top of that, we have major shifts involving Jupiter.
Okay, and that's the ruling planet for Sagittarius.
Exactly. So it hits home a little harder, a little more personally for the sign than for anyone else.
So before we get into the, the nitty-gritty of the days, what's our mission here? What are we trying to give the Sagittarius listener to navigate all of this?
Our goal is to really analyze the astrological data. We're talking the transits, the aspects, those geometric relationships between the planets, to help our Sagittarius listener navigate a week that is defined by two very, very different themes.
Oh, interesting.
On one hand, it's a week of big communication, and on the other, it's about new beginnings at home.
Wow, those seem like complete opposites. One is so outward-facing, talking, broadcasting, socializing, being the life of the party. And the other is just so inward. It's domestic.
Exactly. And that is the duality of this week. It balances this high-energy social expansion, particularly at the start of the week, with a sudden, almost magnetic turn inward, a turn toward domestic life and emotional grounding by the end of the week.
So it's about timing.
It's all about timing. If you can ride that wave, it's incredible. But if you fight it, if you try to stay out partying when the stars are saying go home, it might just feel confusing and frustrating.
Okay, I am ready to ride the wave. Let's get into the day-by-day breakdown because we have a lot to cover. Let's start with Monday, February 16th. I'm calling this the Clash of Chaos and Charisma.
That is a very, very apt title. Monday is dominated by two major aspects happening simultaneously, and they are pulling in completely different directions.
Okay.
First, let's look at the friction. We have the sun forming a square with Uranus.
Okay, let's unpack square. We hear this term a lot. In geometry, a square is, stable. It's a box. But in astrology, a square is usually tension, right? It's friction.
Precisely. In astrology, a square represents a 90-degree angle between planets. So imagine two cars approaching an intersection at 90 degrees, and neither one has a stop sign.
Oof, yeah.
That is a square. It creates a conflict that demands you take action. When the sun squares Uranus, it signifies sudden, unexpected changes. Uranus is the planet of shock, electricity, and rebellion.
The Great Awakener.
It's the Great Awakener, but it wakes you up by dumping a bucket of ice water on your head.
So what does that look like in real life for a Sagittarius on Monday morning? Like, how does that actually manifest?
It looks like your schedule completely falling apart.
Oh, no.
It looks like you have a perfectly planned day, you have your coffee, your to-do list is all checked out, you've got your gym session, and then boom! You get a surprise message from someone close to you that just throws everything off.
Right.
Or maybe technology glitches, the internet goes down right before a huge meeting. It's that feeling of, okay, I was going to go left, but the road is closed, so now I have to go right, like immediately.
That sounds stressful. Sagittarius usually likes to go with the flow, but they also really, really like their freedom. This sounds like the universe is interrupting their flow in a big way.
It can be, for sure. And there's a specific warning here regarding finances.
Oh.
This erratic Uranus energy, it often manifests as an urge to be impulsive. When we feel chaotic inside, we sometimes try to fix it by buying things.
I feel seen.
Right. You might feel a sudden, almost overwhelming desire to impulse buy, specifically trendy items or gadgets.
Oh, guilty.
Yeah.
I absolutely do that. When I'm stressed, I online shop. So if I see a new smartwatch or some cool new tech toy on Monday, I should probably just wait.
You should absolutely wait. That is the Sun Square Uranus talking. It's the itch for novelty. It's not a genuine need. It's your brain trying to match the electrical buzz of the transit with a quick dopamine hit from shopping.
Just step away from the add to cart button?
Step away, close the tab, go for a walk.
Okay, noted. So that's the chaos part, but I also said charisma. What's the saving grace here? There has to be one.
This is the beautiful part. On this exact same day, amidst all that friction, Mercury is forming a trine with Jupiter.
And Jupiter's the ruling planet for Sagittarius, so this has to be good. This must be a good thing.
It is excellent. I mean, if a square is a car crash, a trine is a superhighway.
I like that.
A trine is a harmonious angle. It's an aspect of flow and ease. And we have Mercury, which governs communication, data, speech, intellect,
All the thinking stuff.
all the thinking and talking stuff. And it's trining Jupiter, which governs expansion, luck, and the big picture. When they trine, it just expands your ability to communicate, like exponentially.
So how do these two opposing forces even coexist?
Yeah.
We've got the chaos of Uranus messing up our plans, and then we have the smooth talking of Mercury and Jupiter. How does that work?
Think of it this way. Chaos might happen around you. The schedule breaks, the surprise text arrives, the technology fails, but you have the silver tongue to handle it.
Okay.
You have this major confidence boost. You are speaking your truth so clearly, so persuasively, that you can literally talk your way out of the problem.
I love that. So the car breaks down. That's the Uranus part. But you managed to charm the tow truck driver into getting there in like 5 minutes. That's the Mercury and Jupiter.
That is the perfect analogy, exactly. You are persuasive and effective. In a career sense, this is actually a fantastic day for making plans or for negotiating with colleagues.
Really? Even with the chaos?
Especially with the chaos, because even if the environment around you is a mess, your voice is the one that cuts through and makes sense. You can negotiate a better outcome because your confidence is just so high. You aren't rattled by the mess, you're just articulate.
So the strategy for Monday is don't buy the gadget, but do pitch the big idea.
Precisely. Use the energy for output speaking, writing, creating, not for consumption.
Got it. Okay, that's a big Monday.
Yeah.
Now moving on to Tuesday, February 17th. This looks like it might be the main event of the week.
It absolutely is. We have a solar eclipse.
Now, we hear about eclipses all the time. You know, eclipse season is always trending on social media. But why is a solar eclipse different from just a standard new moon? Why should we pay extra attention to this?
That's a great question because it's a key distinction. A new moon is a monthly reset. It happens every 29.5 days. It's like turning to a fresh page in a notebook.
Okay.
A solar eclipse is a system reboot. It's a supercharged new moon that occurs near the lunar nodes, those points of destiny in the chart.
The karmic points.
The karmic points. So it doesn't just govern the next 4 weeks. It often sets the trajectory for the next 6 months, sometimes even a year. It is a portal to a new chapter. It blocks out the light of the sun to reveal what's hidden, and then it resets the light with a new intention.
Wow. And for Sagittarius, where is this portal opening? Which room of their life is getting this system reboot?
It is falling in the Sagittarius house of communication and learning.
So the third house again.
The third house. This whole part of the week is just laser focused on this area.
Okay, so we are continuing this theme of communication from Monday.
We are, but it's different. Monday was about performance and persuasion, using the skills you already have. Tuesday, with the eclipse, is about a fundamental shift in how you connect with the world. This signals the start of a powerful new way of processing information.
The data suggests this is a good time for new beginnings.
Is it literal? Does that mean like going back to school or something?
It very well could. The astrological data explicitly suggests taking a new course or learning a new skill to help your career.
Oh, interesting.
This isn't just about reading a book for fun. It's about upgrading your mental software. If there has been a skill gap holding you back at work, maybe you need to learn a new program or a new language or get better at public speaking, this eclipse is the cosmic green light to close that gap. Start now.
And what about the mental side of it? Eclipses can be, I don't know, they can feel a bit intense, a bit heavy.
They can be, for
Right.
sure. Solar eclipses can bring up shadows. It's a powerful time to clear out mental clutter.
Mental hygiene. Exactly. If you have been obsessing over old arguments or if your mind just feels foggy and scattered, this eclipse acts like a vacuum. It clears the space so new ideas can actually enter. You can't learn that new skill if your brain is just full of old noise.
That makes a lot of sense. There's also a financial note attached to this eclipse in our charts.
Yes. Because this house also governs the daily environment and, local exchange, it often brings a shift in how you manage daily expenses or transportation costs.
Transportation costs? That's so specific.
Yeah.
Like buying a new car.
It could be. Or it could be just changing your commute. The forecast suggests it's a good time to set a goal for a new car, or maybe funding that learning project we just mentioned. It's about investing in the tools that help you move and communicate.
So maybe you finally buy that better laptop you need for the course.
Or you finally fix the transmission in your car. It's all about enhancing your mobility, both physically and intellectually.
So Tuesday is heavy. It's a big pivot point. But then we get to Wednesday, February 18th, and the vibe seems to shift entirely. We go from this mental, communicative, almost air-like energy to something wetter.
That is a perfect way to put it. On Wednesday, the sun leaves the intellectual airwaves of Aquarius, where it was highlighting all that communication, and it enters the water sign of Pisces.
And for Sagittarius, what does having the sun in Pisces mean? I mean, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Pisces is water. Usually water puts out fire.
It doesn't put it out, but it definitely changes the focus. It shifts the spotlight from communication to family and living situation.
Ah, the fourth house.
The fourth house. This is that elemental shift we teased in the intro. You
Yeah.
go from being out in the world, talking and learning and being very external, to suddenly wanting to retreat into your shell, or, your castle, as it were.
So the focus changes completely to the domestic sphere.
Completely. And the wellness impact here is significant. After the chaos of Monday and the intensity of the eclipse on Tuesday, you're going to benefit from spending more time at home. It's about tending to your emotional needs. That high-frequency buzz of the eclipse, it settles into a deeper, slower emotional rhythm. You might feel a sudden urge to just clean the house, cook a big meal, or just sit on the couch with family and do nothing.
It sounds like recovery.
It is. It's
Yeah.
nourishment for the soul after a very busy couple of days.
Now, there is also a very specific planetary alignment happening on Wednesday involving Venus. This caught my eye.
Yes, this is really beautiful. Venus joins the North Node on February 18th.
I always find the North Node so fascinating. It represents our destiny, right? Our future path.
Correct. In astrology, the nodes of the moon represent our karmic axis. The South Node is where we come from, our past lives, our comfort zones, the things we're good at but maybe need to move away from.
Right.
The North Node is where we are supposed to be going. It's the head of the dragon, our destiny. And when Venus, the planet of connection, love, harmony, and values, meets up with the North Node,
That's a big deal.
it signals a fated relationship or connection. It is a meant-to-be moment.
And the forecast is incredibly specific about who this might be.
Yeah.
It's not just you'll meet someone.
It is. It predicts that a connection made with a neighbor or someone in your local area could be very important for your future.
I love that specificity.
Yeah.
I really do. It's not some distant stranger from another country. It's someone local.
And it ties back to the solar eclipse in the house of the local community.
Ah, it all connects.
It all connects. The stars are practically screaming at you to look at your immediate surroundings. The person who holds the key to your next step, whether it's a romantic partner, a business partner, or just a new best friend, might be the person you wave to while you're walking the dog.
Or the barista you see every single morning.
It could be. The point is they are right under your nose. Pay attention.
So Wednesday is about looking locally and settling in at home. A much quieter day. Then we get to Friday, February 20th, and we have a meeting of two giants, Saturn and Neptune.
This is a heavyweight aspect, a really big one. We have a conjunction, which means a meeting in the exact same spot in the sky of Saturn and Neptune.
These two feel like, they're polar opposites to me.
They are archetypally opposed. Saturn is structure, discipline, reality, concrete, stone. It's the architect.
Right, the taskmaster.
And then you have Neptune, which is vision, dreams, illusion, water, mist. It's the poet, the mystic.
So when the rock meets the mist, what happens? Usually the rock just gets a little wet and the mist just goes around it.
Often, yes. That's a great way to put it. It can lead to confusion or feeling like your dreams are being blocked by reality. But in this case, for Sagittarius, they are working together.
Okay.
And they're working together in that same sector of home and family. The fourth house. So this is a turning point where you, the listener, start bringing structure to your vision for your home life.
So it's about grounding the dream, making it real.
Exactly. Neptune provides the vision. I want a home that feels like a sanctuary, or I want a career that allows me to be creative and work from home. And then Saturn comes in and says, okay, that's a beautiful dream. Now here's the budget. Here is the schedule. Here is the blueprint.
That's so powerful. The forecast also mentions a career application here, too.
It does. It suggests you're ready to commit to a long-term professional goal that involves a home or a family business.
Oh, that makes sense.
It combines that Pisces influence of home and what's hidden with the Saturn influence of career, structure, instability. It's about making that dream sustainable for the long haul.
And there's a health note for Friday as well, which seems very fitting.
And it is pure Saturn. The aspect suggests that a regular daily routine is the absolute key to your physical and mental well-being.
Which can sound
Mm.
so boring to a Sagittarius. We like adventure. We like spontaneity.
It can, I know. Sagittarius loves to be spontaneous, but the lesson of Saturn conjunct Neptune is that you cannot sustain the dream, the Neptune part, without the routine, the Saturn part.
Right.
If you want the physical vitality to go out and explore the world, you need the discipline of a daily regimen to support that. It's about grounding the dream in the reality of your body. You have to build the container so you can hold the water.
Wow. Okay, so we make it through the structure and discipline of Friday, and we finally arrive at Sunday, February 22nd. And honestly, looking at the chart, this looks like the dessert at the end of a very complex meal.
It really is. We have the grand finale. On Sunday, Venus forms a trine with your ruling planet, Jupiter.
Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics of astrology, the two luckiest planets.
In traditional astrology, these are literally called the benefics, the gift givers. So when these two form a trine, and remember, that's that beautiful, harmonious, easy-flowing angle, it is pure joy. It is luck. It is expansion.
Wow.
It is the cosmic equivalent of a warm hug and a winning lottery ticket all at once.
I like the sound of that. How does this actually impact the day or the week?
It affects the entire week, really. It's sort of acting as a positive backdrop to everything else, but the peak is absolutely on Sunday. The tone is vibrant. You will feel full of energy, optimistic, and just.
Good. And specifically for romance, the chart is pretty clear on this.
Oh, it's described as incredibly lucky for your heart. If you're in a relationship, this is the perfect night for a date. Go somewhere nice, treat yourselves, have a big conversation about the future.
Okay.
If you're single, it is the perfect night to meet someone. The energy is so open, so generous, and so optimistic. You're magnetic.
And what about money? Does the luck extend there?
It does. Jupiter rules abundance, after all. The forecast explicitly mentions a financial blessing or a helpful gift from a family member.
A gift from a family member? That tracks. That tracks with the Sun in Pisces focus on family we saw earlier in the week.
Connect the dots. You see how it all weaves together. You focus on the home on Wednesday, you build structure for the family on Friday, and perhaps on Sunday, that energy is returned to you in the form of a gift or some kind of support.
It's a really beautiful narrative arc for the week. From chaos to charisma to deep thought to joy.
It really is a complete journey.
Okay, I want to pivot now to our deeper analysis sections. We've gone through the timeline day by day, but let's look at some specific themes. Let's talk about love and relationships.
Let's do it. That's always a favorite.
If we look at the week as a whole, it seems like there is a clear romantic story being told here. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
It's almost cinematic, isn't it? The week starts with that Mercury-Jupiter trine on Monday. That's the meet cute or the flirtation phase.
Would he enter?
Exactly. It's about excitement, honesty, and big words. You're charming someone with your mind. You're having those long, rapid-fire conversations where you feel totally and completely understood.
Right. And then what happens midweek?
Then the sun moves into Pisces on Wednesday, and the vibe shifts from the head to the heart. It becomes about intimacy.
Domestic intimacy.
Yes. It's not just talking at a bar anymore. It's inviting them into your personal space. It's cooking dinner together. It's the staying in phase of the story.
And then Sunday is the climax of the film.
The Venus-Jupiter trine is the happy ending. It's the perfect date night. So you see the progression. You go from intellectual connection to emotional safety to celebratory joy. It's a whole relationship arc in 1 week.
It really is. Now let's look at compatibility. The data points to a specific best match for the week for Sagittarius, and it's Aries.
This makes perfect astrological sense. Aries is a fellow fire sign. They speak the same language.
So why do they mesh so well this specific week? What is it about these transits?
They share that core love for adventure and a bold, honest spirit. So remember the solar eclipse on Tuesday?
The big reboot.
It's opening new ways of thinking, new ideas. Aries is the sign of the pioneer. When a Sagittarius says, I have this crazy new idea I learned about, Aries is the one who says, awesome, let's do it right now, not tomorrow now.
They feed each other's fire. They don't try to put it out.
Exactly. They appreciate the Sagittarius optimism. And looking at Sunday, that high-energy Venus-Jupiter vibe, Aries can match that. They will not get tired. They will want to celebrate just as hard and just as loud as you do.
I love that. Okay, on the flip side, we have a worst match warning. And it is for Virgo.
Yes, the classic big picture versus the details conflict.
Sagittarius being the big picture, Virgo being the details.
To a T. And this week just highlights that difference.
So why is this week particularly tough for this pairing? What's the trigger?
It goes right back to Monday, the Sun square Uranus. That aspect creates chaos and unpredictability. Sagittarius might react to that by wanting to be impulsive. The plan fell apart. Great, let's just change the plan. Let's go do this other thing.
Right, they see it as an adventure.
Virgo, being an earth sign ruled by the analytical Mercury, tends to be critical and cautious. They want to analyze why the plan failed. They want to make a new, better plan before moving forward.
So Sagittarius breaks the vase, and Virgo starts lecturing them on why they shouldn't have been holding it that way in the first place.
That's a great way to put it. To the Sagittarius, Virgo might seem way too rigid. And to the Virgo, Sagittarius might seem scattered or even irresponsible.
And what about Friday, that Saturn-Neptune meeting?
That's another disconnect. Virgo will double down on the structure side of that aspect, the Saturn part. They'll be trying to impose order. Meanwhile, Sagittarius might be trying to float away on the dream side, the Neptune part.
So they are just huge. They're seeing the world through completely different lenses this week.
Completely. And unless they make a massive effort to translate for each other, communication is going to feel like a real struggle.
Good to know. Okay, let's move to our wealth and health analysis. We touched on this throughout the week, but let's try to summarize the financial strategy for a SAG this week.
Okay, so the financial highs are significant. You have potential for good income news on Monday, you have a sharp eye for deals, and you have that financial blessing on Sunday. The universe is genuinely trying to give you money.
But there's always a but.
But you are trying to spend it too fast. The big danger zone is Monday. That Sun-Uranus square is a wallet trap. The impulse to buy gadgets is the specific warning from the stars.
So the strategy is, be open to receiving money, but be closed to spending it on impulse.
Correct. And focus your earning strategy where the energy is strongest. Local business and communication-based income. Use that eclipse energy. Monetize your skills. Monetize your local network.
Makes sense. And regarding wellness, what's the theme?
The theme is staying active but finding peace. It's a real balance this week.
And how does the eclipse play into health?
Mental health is health, period. The eclipse is your prime opportunity to clear out that mental clutter we talked about. You cannot be physically healthy if your mind is a mess.
Oh, true.
The data suggests starting new habits now. Maybe meditation, maybe journaling, maybe just a 5-minute breathing exercise every morning to keep the mind focused and clear.
And what about diet and nutrition?
That becomes the focus on Wednesday when the sun enters Pisces. Pisces is a very sensitive sign. It suggests paying closer attention to what you're putting in your body, to nourishment.
And then Friday, the Saturn lesson.
We keep coming back to that, don't we? Routine.
We do. It seems to be the anchor of the whole week.
It is the key to well-being this week. You can have all the enthusiasm and fire in the world, but without a vessel to contain it, that energy just dissipates. A routine is the vessel that holds your power.
I love that. Okay, before we wrap up, let's hit the cheat sheet. These are the specifics the listener can put on a sticky note for the week. First up, lucky color.
The lucky color for Sagittarius this week is purple. Specifically, if you want the hex code, it's hashtag 800-0A0, a deep, rich purple.
Purple makes sense. It's the color of royalty, and it's so often associated with Jupiter, with wisdom and expansion.
It is. It's a confidence booster. It vibrates at a frequency of wealth and wisdom. It's a power color.
I might just wear a purple shirt on Monday to combat that chaotic Uranus energy. Like a shield. Don't mess with me, I'm wearing purple.
It couldn't hurt. A little bit of cosmic armor.
What about lucky numbers?
Okay, we have a sequence. 3, 12, 21, 30, 39, and 48.
I'm definitely seeing a pattern there.
They are all multiples of 3. In numerology, the number 3 is almost always associated with Jupiter growth, expansion, creativity. It fits the theme of the week perfectly. It's the triad, a beginning, a middle, and an end.
It's the story of the week in numbers. I love it. And a quick recap of the best dates, the days to circle in the calendar.
Absolutely. Monday the 16th for communication and confidence, remember. Despite the chaos, use your voice.
Got it.
Tuesday the 17th for the eclipse. That's for planting the seeds for your new chapter.
And the big finish.
And Sunday the 22nd. That is for pure joy and luck. Plan something fun.
It really sounds like a week with a massive amount of potential, but only if you navigate it right.
Absolutely. It demands engagement. You can't just sleepwalk through this week and expect good things to happen. You have to participate.
So, as we close out, we always like to leave our listeners with a final thought, something to chew on for the week ahead.
Okay. We talked a lot about the movement from the mental and communication energy of the eclipse
Right, from the head
to the home and structure energy of that Saturn-Neptune conjunction.
to the house. From the head to the house.
Exactly. So my question to our Sagittarius listener is this. What is the one truth that you speak on Monday when your confidence is high and you are speaking your mind so clearly that you are willing to build a literal home around by Friday?
Ooh, that is good. Because it's so easy to say things, but it's so much harder to live inside of them,
Yeah.
to build a life around them.
Precisely. If you declare a new standard for yourself on Monday, are you ready to build the routine, the structure to support it on Friday? That's the real test.
That is the challenge for the week. Well, Sagittarius, you have your marching orders. It's a week of big talk and hopefully even bigger foundations.
Indeed. Navigate the chaos, embrace the quiet of home life, and please enjoy the luck when it hits you on Sunday.
Thank you so much for tuning into this analysis here on Horoscope TV. We absolutely love digging into the stars for you.
And if you found this helpful, please subscribe. That way you can get notified when the next episode is available. We want to make sure you are always ready for what the planets have in store.
Until next time, keep looking up. Goodbye.